Hello and welcome back once again. I do have to apologize because this one's gonna leave you feeling more worried about the country than you already were. The video I'm talking about was just posted on X by a guy named Connor Boyack, who's president of Libertas Institute. And the video shows a 12-year-old boy being kicked out. All right, so this video starts out with a boy sitting down with his mother, getting ready to talk to a school administrator, not the director, who's Jeff Yoakum, just an administrator who's carrying out the policy. And this administrator is gonna try and explain the logic of kicking this kid out of school for the Gadsden flag, because the mother is very confused along with the rest of us.
Do you know what the Gadsden flag is? That it's a historical flag?
So the reason that they do not want the flag, the reason we do not want the flag displayed is due to its origins with slavery and slave trade.
What?
That is what was, as the reasoning behind why we do not want it displayed.
The Gadsden flag.
So don't tread on me.
Okay.
What?
Which is the Gadsden flag.
Right, it has nothing to do with slavery.
Okay, so he
Can I just say one thing here real quick? Look at the face on this woman. Look at the faces she's making. This is probably kind of the condescending way in which she speaks to children on a regular basis, but she's talking to the mom like this. The mom just brought up the very relevant point that the Gadsden flag has nothing to do with slavery. It's the Revolutionary War. Has nothing to do with the Civil War. But apparently these people don't know the difference, and these are the people teaching our kids. It gets worse.
What's going to happen if he doesn't take it off?
He is able to go. I was actually just telling him, like, I was upset that he was missing so much school. I'm like, so
oh yeah, let's deflect.
I asked him, can he just take his stuff out of his bag and go back to class? Like, I just want him to go back to class. The bag can't go back. It's got the patch on it because we can't have that in and around other kids. So that's what I was trying, and then he said you were close. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with slavery. That's like the Revolutionary War patch that was displayed when they were fighting the British. Like that's the revolution. Maybe you're thinking
she doesn't care. Look at her.
The Confederate
Look at the
Confederate flag.
Okay, I am
Is there
just here
history
to
that you
enforce.
tell me?
No, I am here to enforce the policy that was provided by the district, and definitely you have every right to not agree with it. I mean, absolutely.
She's just following her orders. She's just enforcing a policy, which these policies don't really have any legal bearing. It's a public school, and so I'm pretty sure you can't just like end students' freedom of speech, especially for the Gadsden flag, which is intrinsically tied to the founding of the country, along with the American flag, right? American flag is very closely tied. Keep that in mind as we go forward here.
The EU says that he's allowed to wear that. If you like go on their website, it's like says in big letters.
All I'm saying is that
unless there's like a ban on patches, period. Like if you said there's no patches allowed at the school, you cannot display what you think or anything like that, or what cheer or anything like that. I think it's like one-sided, you know, because you allow some patches but not other patches.
Kids have patches like other names and like.
Well, I'm sure there's pride patches and BLM patches.
Yeah, that was like flown during the revolution with.
It's historic. It's educational.
Stand that at all.
So what I can do is
if you go onto the ACLU's website, let's talk to someone. I don't have you speak to.
I can have you speak to Jeff Yoakum again.
Okay.
Jeff Yoakum.
And then he can refer you to.
I may speak to
our
him.
person at the district.
Okay.
Because, like I said, we're following district policy. Is what we're doing.
Following orders.
So, the last thing I want is him out of class.
Yeah, I know you
that's
too.
all
He takes his class.
The last thing you want is him to learn, apparently.
He wants to get straight A's. He did that. He made honor roll when he was here before. Yep. He intends to do that again.
So what we appear to have here is a good kid and a good student who's always on honor roll being harassed by a bunch of ignorant leftists in the school district. According to Connor Boyack, they cited the USEEOC, which admitted that the flag originated in the Revolutionary War and is a non-racial context. But then said, however, that whatever the historic origins and meaning of the symbol, it has also since been sometimes interpreted to convey racially tinged messages. You could say the exact same thing about the BLM flag, but I guarantee you this policy does not apply to that. But if you look in this email, the director Jeff Yoakum says, as discussed, I am providing you with the rationale for determining the Gadsden flag is considered an unacceptable symbol. And he puts in an article here from the Washington Post of all places, a very well-known leftist place, and it says that the Gadsden flag is tied to the Confederate flag. I don't know how. Definitely not historically, and other white supremacy groups, including patriot groups, because we know patriots are bad. And I ask you, how long will it be until they're using the exact same rationale to ban the American flag? Because we've already seen leftists and people in the media floating that idea.
And I was really disturbed. I saw, dozens and dozens of pickup trucks with, explicatives against Joe Biden on the back of them, Trump flags, and some cases just dozens of American flags, which, is also just disturbing.
The flag, see, a lot of people with symbols and patriotism, but what does that symbol actually mean? Skip, the symbol.
Well, it's the symbol of our country. What are you talking about?
Okay, symbol of our country. So the symbol of your country is racism.
When you look at that early version of the American flag, what does it symbolize?
Well, it symbolizes, I see the colonies, and that leads directly to slavery.
When someone of color, a black woman, is telling you her feelings, people need to listen and not, repudiate it and not say, well, that can't be true. And so, yes, when I drive into a neighborhood and it's not July 4th and I'm not in a predominantly military household neighborhood and there are flags, American flags everywhere, alongside Trump flags, alongside flags with stars in a circle, I feel threatened.
Are you crazy? Huh?
Anyway, Connor Boyack goes on to say, the director then argued that the flag is associated with hate groups, linking to this weak article that cites a graphic design scholar because it does. They love their scholars over there at the Washington Post, who claim that some may now see the Gadsden flag as a symbol of intolerance and hate and even racism. Again, how long until they're saying the exact same thing about the American flag? So check this out. The mother and son went to an NBC studio to try and get them to do an article and maybe support him standing up for his freedom of speech, and they declined an interview, of course. Now, if you have some constructive criticism for the Harrison School District, I'll leave their contact details in the description. Thanks for watching. That's all I have for this one. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, and make sure to leave some comments to vent those frustrations that I know you have. Again, thanks a lot. I'll see you all on the next one.